The Victoria, the Opinion with Michael J. How is everyone doing? Okay, today we're going to talk about a very important discussion about Canadian unity and Western Canada. This is an issue that needs to be dealt with right away. Now, what am I talking about? We had a First Minister's meeting on June 2, 2025 in Saskatoon. Now, here we are. We got BC Ferries. Now, what you have to understand here first and foremost is we're going to focus on David Eby, Scott Moe, and Danielle Smith. And off to the side, we're going to sidechain Mark Carney. Because this is important. Because the three people here, David Eby, Scott Moe, and Danielle Smith, are, from my perspective, in breach of their fiduciary responsibilities to the citizens they represent and to Canada. Just saying, folks. So now, understand out in Vancouver, BC Ferries just awarded a huge contract to a China shipbuilder. Now, we have C-SPAN in the West Coast. Now, maybe C-SPAN has just too much of a backlog of work to efficiently produce and meet the needs of BC Ferries. Because if you take a close look, BC Ferries is an autonomous structure within the government of British Columbia. It operates on its own. And as all different departments, doesn't matter where it is across Canada and anywhere in the world for that matter, there's always cost constraints, budgetary constraints, etc., etc. Now we need to change all this stuff and think differently. And this is very important that the leaders who are supposed to lead start thinking differently. And I'm calling out David Eby, Scott Moe, and Danielle Smith. So BC Ferries, they're a well-run company. Now, C-SPAN, which is another ferry producer on the BC West Coast, Canadian, may not be able to, at the present moment, meet the needs of BC Ferries. It's only 4 big ferries. It's a big contract nonetheless, but still we have to understand that the need for these ferries is past due. There's no doubt about it. But nonetheless, what can be done is, let's make some good out of this China deal at the present moment. And what do I mean about that? Well, March 8th, 2025, canola oil, canola meal, pea imports had a 100% tariff put on by China to Canada. So that was placed on Canada, 100% tariff. Now, this China contract should be put on hold right now for further discussions, and I mean it. These people got to get together now, starting Monday, Tuesday. Make the call on Monday. Let's start getting things organized. Eby, Scott Moe, and Carney, and this is why. March 8th, 2025, you had a 100% tariff on canola oil, canola meal, and pea imports. This affects Alberta and Saskatchewan. Now also, effective March 20th, 2025, was a 25% tariff by China on pork and aquatic products. We need to be able to get those tariffs set aside permanently. You want this deal, China? Let's set aside these tariffs. Let's start working together. But also building trust bit by bit. Like Canada has to do things differently. We're in a worldly situation. There's no reason why people cannot be civil in their affairs. Let go of all of the history, because people get caught up in history and create problems in the present and going forward as a result of that. But we need to let things go, develop new relationships, and right away, this BC Ferries is a perfect example of a contract that can be utilized to get benefits for Canadians, and especially out west. So Scott Moe, EB, and Danielle Smith, you're going to get together. Let's make something out of this. Get it, and then get a hold of Carney, and let's get something done here. This is how you start doing things. These small deals end up being big deals. But you got to start somewhere, and this is an important place to start. So I can go into all the links I've got here that to explain everything. I'm not going to go into it. I'll just put the links in the description. You can go through all that. It's most important that we understand that we have to work in unity now, Canada. Work in unity. This is going to be part 1 of 2, because part 2 is coming out, because there's another factor that I got a problem with out west right now. You're not playing ball. You're not playing fair to your people, constituents, and you're not playing fair to the country of Canada, because the sum of it all is what makes it special. This is what you need to understand. Questions, comments, throw in chat. Bob's not your uncle. Could be sometimes. But love and peace to everyone. Ciao for now.